Hello and welcome to this presentation from IBM InterConnect 2017 in Las Vegas. My name is Marcus Giacomuzzi. I'm from Siemens Building Technologies headquarters in Zug, Switzerland. I'm a Scrum Master of a Java application software team, and we are building software for fire safety systems. I'm going to show you how you can speed up your safe program increment planning session with this brand new RTC dependency board widget. Actually, the dependency board widget is better known as the Timebox planning widget. However, in order to address SAFE's program board, we have added sophisticated dependency visualization. I'm the product owner of this widget. Some months ago, I saw this SAFE program board on LinkedIn. On the left, vertically, we have the teams, horizontally, the sprints or iterations. At the first glance, they did a pretty good job. They have figured out lots of dependencies. However, if we have a closer look, we can see there are at least two hotspots. In the left corner, they obviously struggle with space, so they put sticky notes above each other. In the center, it's quite hard to figure out who depends on who. So, if you have done something similar, it's quite difficult to move around stickies, or if you need to extend strings. So in my opinion, this has some similarities with this wiring chaos. Just imagine somebody complains about a broken line and you are the one who has to fix it. That's really a challenge to figure out which wire leads to the consumer. However, what we are aiming for is actually this safe program board. We see here the teams vertically and the sprints or iterations horizontally. And the red lines are visualizing the dependencies between the artifacts. And I will show you that the dependency board widget or Timebox planning widget can support you in doing this. You will love it, I promise you. And this enables us to have a PI planning in a distributed team setup, as you can see here on this picture provided by SAFE. And you see they are using screens, and so it's pretty obvious that they are distributed. Let's assume we have teams in China, Australia, US, Europe, and India. So we're going to have a physical program board in US. So how can we make now this physical program board available to other locations? So that's the challenge. How can we solve that? Of course, IBM has the answer, but the JAS platform, we are able to provide a virtual program board. What get we from IBM out of the box? So you see here the dependencies, and out of the box we get for SAFE 4.0 JAS reporting service reports. But basically, this is a table showing in a column the work items we are blocking or depending on. So this is very useful information. However, we aimed for a more sophisticated visualization for this dependency information. First, let's go back and have a look at the real-life example wiring chaos. So that's the picture I showed you before. So assuming you have to replace a broken wire, wouldn't it be nice to just click on a wire and you could see where it leads to? Would this make your life as a technician easier? So we took exactly this idea from click on a wire and get its path highlighted and derived it to click on a work item, then get its dependencies highlighted, as you see on this picture on the right. How have we implemented this in our widget. This animation illustrates what I'm going to show you also in later demos. Please also note that we have directed dependencies. That's even better than just a string. So we just click somewhere in the box of the work item, right click, then we choose the menu dependencies of this work item, and then you can see the green arrows showing us who depends on who. Let's have a look at another real-life example, public transport. This map shows Zurich's public transport system. So just assume you want to go from the south up north and catch a plane at the airport. How can you figure out which subway line you need to catch? So what would help you? Of course, colors. If you apply colors, it's very easy and we figure out that S24 is leading us directly to the airport. So that was the lesson learned. And we used this idea of use colored lines to differentiate between subway lines and derived it to use colored arrows to differentiate between dependency types. And here you see how we have implemented this idea. We click one more time on the work item, go to the dependencies of menu for this work item, and now we see the dependencies. And you see, in addition to the green ones, we have a gray one and a red one. And if you go to the settings of this widget, you can define the color for a valid dependency. We call it valid because it's going forward. For a blocking one, that's going from right to left. And the neutral one, which is undefined, we see here in gray. So this demo is available as a separate YouTube movie on this channel. Next, let's go to the absence widget. The absence widget is also provided for free on Bluemix. And you know that in your profile you have your schedule absences, and a good practice is to import absences from Outlook, for example, with the nightly algorithm. So you have them always available in RTC. And so you see here in the widget you can choose if you want to see the current day, or the current week, or the current month, or even we are able to visualize the current sprint. So if we go now back to the widget, you have the possibilities to visualize the dependencies as kind of story points. And you just click on this box and you get the information when this team member is absent, which days of the week, from when to when, in which week number, and so on. And it's up to you to define how days are represented in story points. You see, you can choose that one story point represents each day, or one story point represents 2 days, and so on. So that's up to you. You will also find on this YouTube channel a demo which shows you how you can set up this absence widget. So what is next? You can visit my blog on timeboxplanning.wordpress.com. You have all the links available to YouTube. You have the link to Bluemix, where you can download the Timebox planning or dependency board widget. You will find the slide shares on LinkedIn. And I think and hope you enjoyed this session, this presentation, and I'm using now Timebox for quite some years, and I'm really happy with it, and I love really Timebox planning widget. So let's make Timebox planning widget great, and thank you for watching this movie.